Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 0. What a fantastic performance from Chelsea. And here is my very first post-match analysis. And we're going to talk about three things which I believe were the key components to Chelsea's success today. And I'm going to offer an official apology at the end of this video to one specific player. What's up, guys? It's your boy Simon here, and welcome to our first post-match analysis of Chelsea Football Club's dub against Aston Villa. And we are not going to be like every other Chelsea content creator where we wait for something bad to happen, like some content creators that we know and maybe not love. But I'm going to post-match analysis this Aston Villa game, which I believe was a brilliant Chelsea performance, and especially it was a home game as well. So we're going to start from the back and work our way to what I think was our number one reason why we won. And number three we're going to start with is Enzo Maresca's style of play. Now, it's very obvious to see the way Maresca wants Chelsea to play. He does it whatever competition, whatever game we're playing, whatever match, everyone's got to play the same way. Maresca famously said, or he said very confidently, brazenly, that I don't play to suit my players. My players have to suit my style of play. And it's a very possession-based player. And there were key moments where Aston Villa, especially in the first half, where it looked like Aston Villa were going to get that equaliser. And when Chelsea got the ball back, they slowed it down. Defenders got the ball back, and then we took the sting out of their game, so to speak. But more specifically, in terms of midfielders like Moises Caicedo dropping into the back four, but inverting into the two in the midfield when we're in possession was brilliant, a brilliant move from Maresca, where even myself, where I was like, Moises Caicedo right back, but he didn't spend a lot of his time playing a right back, but a centre mid with Romeo Lavia, and as well Enzo pushing on into the attacking third, creating a nice, I believe it was like maybe 5 players in the final third, which is a very good move from Maresca, dominating possession in front of our backline, dominating possession up top as well. We just look so comfortable, not just on the ball, but off the ball as well. We pressed Aston Villa, and you got to give Maresca his props for seeing where Aston Villa's weaknesses were defensively. Famously, you look back at Tyrone Mings in the Champions League where they made that absolute hell of a mistake. It's like Enzo Maresca saw, was like, oh my gosh, that's a weakness. He must have seen Aston Villa making all these weaknesses. So he's like, right, we're going to put pressure on Aston Villa's defense out of possession and then get the ball back. And when Chelsea got the ball back, we looked really, really good. It could have been better, but we looked very, very good. And especially with Sancho and Neto, when we were on the ball, they were just hugging the sidelines, playing very, very wide, stretching the pitch, making the pitch so big. We were just dominating in all of the thirds, defensive, midfield, and attack. We just look so, so good. And I believe when we're in and out of possession, Maresca has really drilled these players very, very well. And I feel like that was very key. Number two is, I believe Maresca, in terms of his management of the team, he's clearly sending a message out to the whole squad that when you play well, you get rewarded with starts. We have seen it with Neto he's now been promoted into the Premier League team. When he first came to Chelsea, he came on as a sub against Wolves and he was playing in the Europa League squad. He's been playing very, very well. And now you're seeing Neto playing in a lot of starting the starting 11 in the Premier League. And we've seen that with Jadon Sancho, who played very, very well midweek against Heidenheim. Again, having these two in the team, it's sending a message out to everyone else in the squad. I'm watching you. You may not start in the Premier League, but you play well in other tournaments. You'll get a start in the Premier League and things like that. This is a very clever move on Maresca's part because it's given this incentive to the whole squad. It doesn't matter if you play League Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, Europa League. You play well, you get a start. You don't play well, you get dropped. And we have seen Noni Madueke play week in, week out in the Premier League, and we've seen nothing from him. He's been dropped. Sancho went in. So you're seeing a clear message from the manager that you play well, you start. You don't play well, you get dropped. And I think it's very, very fair in terms of what he's doing. And you're seeing when players come on that they're putting in a shift. When players come off, there's no, oh, why am I being taken off? Anything like that. Maresca sending a clear message. You play well, you start. You don't play well, you get dropped. It was sad to see Madueke get dropped, but he's been giving chance after chance to do something, and Madueke is very direct. You can tell he wants to score. You can tell he wants to impress. But I just don't think that his final ball or his end product, I'm not talking about just goals, but in terms of successful crosses, successful passes, successful dribbles, has been enough for him to start in the Premier League. And we're seeing like Sanchez, who was interplay with Enzo and Cucurella, their link-up play was fantastic. Neto, when he was on the right-hand side in the first half, his link-up play where he was playing deadly crosses into the box, taking on players, the final ball and the final decision making from both of these two was really, really good. And the whole conundrum of Enzo and Caicedo playing in the midfield, everyone's like, it doesn't work. I would rather Romeo Lavia and Caicedo. Enzo was like, okay, fine, I'm going to play all three. Caicedo in at right back, and probably people was like, what, right back? But then when you saw them in possession, you saw Enzo was actually playing next to Palmer or Jackson, sometimes dropping off them, but Caicedo inverting next to Romeo Lavia. So all three of them was playing, which is a very, very clever move from Maresca to show that, you know what, I have an ace up my sleeve. I can either get Cucurella inverting or I can get Caicedo inverting. So rewarding players and shifting players along and still putting in a shift was a very clever move from Maresca, and I do believe it caught Aston Villa off guard with how good, when players are moving around in different positions, having different roles, how good we really, really were. And before we get into my number one reason as to who I believe or why I believe that this was the key component as to why Chelsea was successful, I'm going to give an honourable mention to Cucurella because he has been absolutely fantastic over the past few weeks. He's been winning his one-on-one duels. When he's got the ball, he's been linking up very well with the attack. When he's off the ball, especially when Leon Bailey came on and he was doing step overs and trying to get behind Cucurella, Cucurella was timing his tackles so very, very well. I feel like he deserves an honourable mention. But my number one reason as to Chelsea's success, and it's not just the goals as to why Chelsea is successful, but this one player who I believe should be getting his applause, not just for his assist or goals, but how he links up and how he plays now that he's in the central role. And there's the clue, is Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer being moved into the central of the team, so to speak, I believe is key to Chelsea's success. It takes, yes, we can say that, oh my gosh, he's not scoring as much, he's not assisting as much, but the quality of the way we're playing and the team around him has taken the pressure off of him where we don't need to rely on his goals, so much so, but how he links up with the rest of the players. For example, the Newcastle game, the assist to Neto cross it into Jackson scores, Chelsea's up 1-0. Palmer doesn't get enough credit for that. Nutmegging players, how he links up with the play, how he drops off and helps out, how he links up, his off the ball and things like that. Fair enough, Cole Palmer has had a quiet couple of weeks, but some people are not looking at what he does when he's not getting the assist or when he's not getting the goals, the work that he does, the stuff that the unsung hero does. You know that what people say about, the things that the unsung hero of the team, he's getting those applauds. He should be getting that, and it just goes to show he tops off an absolutely fantastic, and he's been looking for that goal all throughout the whole of the Aston Villa game, but he topped off a great performance by scoring an absolutely fantastic goal. And for me, for as long as Cole Palmer is fit, we will always have a chance, because I believe even when Cole Palmer is not playing well, Chelsea still have a chance, and he still is, for me, one of England's best players and the Premier League's best players, and we are lucky to have Cole Palmer. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, before we go, there is one player, and I have been criticised on TikTok. The link to my TikTok is in the description. I've been criticised that I've critiqued this player too much, and I'm going to offer an apology to Benoit Badiashile. And I did say in my live stream that when he does come on, if Chelsea lose, I'm going to blame him. But when he did come on, he was absolutely fantastic. He was really good. Held out Duran. He was literally man marking Duran, and he was on his case. He never gave Duran. I think this is what centre backs are being taught to do. Do not let the striker turn and face you on. He never let Duran turn on the ball. He never gave him a chance. He won his one-on-ones. He made one or two maybe silly fouls, but that's down to inexperience. But he played very, very well today. Again, I will say Benoit Badiashile only starts because someone's injured. But if he continues to grow and continues to play like this, I hope he does start. But Fofana looks like he's picked up an injury, so maybe Badiashile will get his start. But again, he's not my favourite centre-back, but he done very, very well today. And I will offer an apology because he done absolutely fantastic against Aston Villa. And it's his third game where he's put in a very good performance. So listen, I will be more than happy to humble myself and apologise if it means Chelsea get the dub. So guys, if you do like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I am going to do more. I do watch-alongs. We're going to be watch-along all of Chelsea's games. And if you do like this type of videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. Put the bell on so you know when this video does go live. And come on, you Blues. I want to see more Chelsea fans following the channel, following the lives. We're going to have a good season. And again, if you do like this, if you like this content, please subscribe. And I'll see you at the next upload. Peace.